Good afternoon, viewers. You are watching ACJ Engage. This is an initiative by the Asian College of Journalism in collaboration with the UNICEF to highlight the issues relating to children. I am Liu Chun-chen and I have with me here Akshay Ramesh.
Good afternoon, Chun-chen. Yesterday's radio bulletin by ACJ Engage on child mental disorders was very insightful. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Today, we'll be talking about the portrayal of children's issues by news media. There are a lot of issues that children face these days. Right from poverty to malnutrition, right to decent education, forced labor. There are a lot of these issues faced by children. We are going to explore whether media is doing a good job in portrayal of these issues.
It is not only important for the media to take up these issues, but there is also a need to go deeper into the topic. A lot of these issues are connected and they need constant follow-ups. To give us some insights on the topic, we have with us today Mr. Arun Ram. Arun Ram is a senior editor in the Times of India, the investigative reporter, British Chinese scholar. He won the Sarojini Naidu Prize for reporting on women in Panchayati Raj. He has written extensively on child issues and child rights. Mr. Ram, welcome to ACJ Engage.
Thank you.
We also have with us Mr. Andrew Sesuraj. He is the state convener of Tamil Nadu Child Rights Observatory, head in charge of postgraduate department of development management at Madras School of Social Work in Chennai, honorary director of programs at Jeeva Jyoti and secretary of Professional Social Workers Association.
Now moving on to our final guest, we have Sukumari Polavaram. She is the coordinator of Press Institute of India and UNICEF, and she works at the Department of Humanities and Social Science at IIT Madras. Welcome to ACJ Engage, Ms. Polavaram.
Thank you.
So, let's start the discussion with Mr. Ram. Sir, there is an accusation that media sensationalizing issues about children. Do you think it dilutes the enormity of these issues?
See, I don't completely agree with the observation that the media does sensationalize issues regarding children. I think that, you have to make a distinction between what's sensationalism and what's probably a colorful presentation. You have to, you know where you cross the line of sensationalism. That mostly happens when you distort facts or you trade facts for more color. So I don't belong to the category which says that a program about children should be dealt with poker-faced. Of course, the issue might be serious, but it doesn't mean that it has to be lacking in viewer interest. So it's also all a matter of perception when it comes to presentation versus factual facts. Also, I think the more of a problem when it comes to reporting on children, presentation of children, stories on children, is that more than sensationalism is stereotyping. It's often I don't know. I really don't have a solution for that. But then it is a fact that media does project stories where mostly children are projected. The stories are negative, which probably it works. It's not just when it comes to children, but generally, if you do a content analysis of media, be it newspapers or television. A large chunk of stories regarding children, adults, all sections of society would be negative, because negative news makes better news probably, which gets more eyeballs, which gets more readers. So that is, I think, a necessary evil. But what we need to be cautious about is not to cross that Lakshman Rekha of sensationalizing at the cost of facts. And stereotyping, I really don't mind as long as you get your facts right. People have been making a lot of noise, hue and cry about children being stereotyped, but then what's the solution? As in, when the child is being abused, the child is being abused. And you have to quote statistics which show that every third child in this country is abused. And against public perception that it's not just girl children, but boys too are abused, sexually abused. So these are facts, and when you present it, you have organizations like international organizations, study centers, which say that 71% of children are being stereotyped in negative roles, 23% are neutral. But these happen because that is the way news is covered across the globe, not just in India. So I don't think there is a way out, but the fact is that be sacrosanct, facts are sacrosanct, be very accurate when it comes to facts, and don't try to sensationalize. Also on the part of the journalists, which needs to be corrected at times, is that the media is not really clear about what to do, what not to do rather than what to do when it comes to especially reporting on children. There have been well laid out guidelines for journalists. UNCRCs and many international bodies have spelled out how to report on child rights and child abuse issues, but often our reporters and even our editors are not aware of these facts. The very fact that even a child's parent should not be identified, or the neighborhood should not be identified. These facts need to be driven home thoroughly across newsrooms across the globe. I think then we'll need to find a solution for all these allegations regarding sensationalism and stereotyping.
Mr. Ram, pictures are usually used to give a human face to the story. So do you think today's actually serve any purpose?
It depends. There are two things. One is ethics, one is legality. So often newspapers and television channels break ethics, because ethics itself is a very subjective term. My ethics might not be your set of ethics. So, but when it comes to legality, you have to stick to the law, to the rule. So there are clear rules of the land which say that you cannot identify a child. So, but then if a child is raped, of course, no rape victim should be identified. But then what if the rape victim dies on the third day? So the first 2 days you don't identify the child. On the third day you can identify. Legally it's permissible for you to identify a child because the child is noble. So here is an ethical question in a newsroom whether we should show a photograph or name the child or not. So at times showing a child might help. It purely depends on, I don't have ready examples, but I can say that some issues regarding children, why not show them? I don't think we need to keep children's faces away from television screens and new media and newspaper pages just because they are children. That goes against the very spirit of and very spirit of dealing with children as human beings rather than miniature adults. So there is nothing wrong. On a case-to-case basis, there should be a considered opinion of editors to decide whether to use the photograph or the visuals of a child. If it suits and if it drives home the point thoroughly, effectively, I think there is nothing wrong.
Do people think there should be more balance between presenting accurate information and preserving the rights of the children?
Of course, there's something. The struggle of a journalist always between speed and accuracy. At no cost, accuracy should be. You have a deadline to meet. Yes, fine. This program has to end in so many minutes, but it doesn't mean that you can present facts which are which are colored. So coming back to your question, your question is that whether
there should be more balance.
More balance in terms of
presenting accurate information and preserving the rights.
When it comes to accuracy, there is no balance. Accuracy could always be one-sided. If I say that every third child is being sexually abused, you don't have to balance it with a quote saying that no, it's not so. So often truth, facts, statistics could appear biased, but that's the truth. So there is no. These are two different things. I think we are getting confused between balancing a story and presenting a story with statistics. So truth could present just the truth. That's about it. So balancing is a different act. I don't think that media should try too hard to balance stories. It's not editorializing. It's just presenting. But what is lacking, I think, especially in television in India, is that I think talk shows like this predominate. And old journalism, the real journalism of sending the reporter to the field and reporting from the field has taken a backseat. I think that's a bigger question, different question altogether.
This question goes to you, Mr. Andrew. Do you think that it is because of the media that the people are petrified to report such cases of abuse?
No, in a way it's true. For example, after Nirbhaya case and many other issues which has been reported in the newspaper, and also about the fact that of late with the POCSO Act, where the justice is delivered earlier, this both together made it a point that many cases are being reported now compared to the previous years. But it has not reduced the number of cases happening. That's the difficulty is, okay, the post Nirbhaya case, in the verdict they've given death sentence. But this death sentence has not reduced the number of rapes or abuses in any sense, whether statistics or in real sense, because the number of cases reported are not even 10% of the real cases that's happening all over the country.